people practice the religion in peace. What we know is that a lot of people are passive and are actually not practicing their faith, are not practicing Islamic
scripture. Who are you to say who's practicing their faith and who's not?
Let me finish.
It's not for you to decide. I'm the Muslim. You're not.
But let me finish. Let me finish. You are not practicing. You are not practicing.
Are you Sheikh?
No, but let me say, Sheikh, you are not practicing.
Let's hear what she says.
Wait a minute. I want to finish.
Let's hear what her point is.
You are not practicing chapter 2 of the Quran, verse 191 and 193. And slay them wherever you find them, and drive them out of places whence they drove you out, for persecution of Muslims is worse than the slaughter of the non-believers.
Chapter 2, let there be no compulsion in religion.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, to each community which is given direction as it follows, all of you compete in the performance of good deeds. So which point? We have so many verses. So that's not a reliable argument.
That proves my point.
If you read the peaceful...
Start again, because I was talking.
That proves my point. If you read from the Quran and you say it's a religion of no compulsion, and you believe that that verse is practiced by a person like you, you will concede that there are other Muslims who will read the verse that I just quoted and be inspired to engage in acts of violence. And by the way, the verse that you just read, it has a latter part that says, except the unbelievers.
Sure, I'm sure every part does. And I can look at the Old Testament.
But I wanted to complete the answer to the question.
Let's Eva answer this.
Sorry, what was the last point?
Well, my last point was that it is both. It's not just a religion of peace, it's also a religion of war, and both verses prove that.
Okay, but do you want to respond to that, Zeba, or do you want to...
I think I'll have to come back.
Okay, Douglas.
That is an important one. Ayan and I, and people who make some of the points we make, are often accused of taking bits of the Quran out of context. I think you've just seen a very good example of it from the other side. I'm not saying that that isn't a good verse to live one's life by. One cannot just simply quote the verse about there being no compulsion in religion as though it doesn't have
the other ones either
a
without
follow-on.
context.
It has
as
a
though
follow-on.
it doesn't have a follow-on. And as Ayan has just showed you, it has a follow-on. So I think this gets back to the very important question the lady halfway back there made, which is whether or not this can be a religion of peace. I believe it can be. And when I said earlier there are three types of Islam I identified, I said the first one, the scriptures, the life of Muhammad and so on, bad. Second one, Sharia, interpretations, bad. But thirdly, the way Muslims live their lives today, in this country and countries like it, that is our source for hope. And the source of hope for that is that they individually use, like many people do religion. I'm not a religious person, Ayan isn't either. But we recognize the fact that people of religious faith have the right to that faith, should practice that faith, should have no fear of practicing that faith. There's no problem with this. But it's a private matter, and one which people come to very strange private arrangements about. And I just wanted to add this, which is that if those people are going to be able to reform that faith into the religion of peace you're talking about, then yes, we would be the first people to encourage them. But if we're going to have that debate, as I hope we've shown tonight, it has to start with honesty.
Let's do one more round of questions.
It has to start with frankness.
We have